Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jake, and I am so happy you are here today. Whether you are learning English or just trying to improve yourself, you are in the right place. Today, we are going to talk about something very important for life and success. The topic is how to be consistent in life. Now, consistency is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. If you are consistent, you can achieve your goals, improve your skills, and become a better version of yourself. But I know staying consistent is not always easy. In this episode, we will talk about what consistency really means, why it is important, the common challenges people face, and practical ways to build consistency in your life. By the end of this episode, you will have simple and easy steps to practice consistency every day. So if you are ready, let's dive in and discover how to be consistent in life. Now let's talk about consistency. What is consistency? In simple words, consistency means doing something regularly, every day, or over time, even when you don't feel like it. It is about showing up, following your plan, and keeping your promises to yourself. Think about it this way. Learning English, exercising, or even saving money, all these things only work if you do them regularly. Doing something one day and then stopping for a week is not consistency. But doing a small step every day is consistency, and over time, it gives big results. Why does consistency matter? Because success in life does not come from one big effort. It comes from small, repeated actions over time. For example, if you practice English for just 15 minutes every day, in a few months, you will improve a lot. Or if you save a small amount of money every week, after 1 year, you will have a good amount saved. That is the power of consistency. Consistency also builds trust in yourself. When you are consistent, you prove that you can achieve what you set out to do. It gives you confidence, improves your habits, and helps you reach your goals faster. So consistency is not about being perfect. It is about being regular and steady. It is about taking small steps every day, no matter how small they are. And today, I will show you how you can do this in your life. Now, before we learn how to be consistent, it's important to understand why many people struggle with it. Being consistent is not always easy. There are common challenges that can stop us, and knowing them can help us overcome them. First, one big challenge is lack of motivation. Sometimes we start something with excitement, like learning English or exercising, but after a few days, that excitement disappears. Without motivation, it's easy to skip a day or give up completely. Second, we often face distractions. Our phones, social media, TV, or even other people's opinions can take our focus away. When we are distracted, it becomes very hard to stay consistent. Third, some people have unrealistic goals. For example, they try to learn 50 new English words in one day or do 2 hours of exercise when they have never done it before. When the goal feels too big, it becomes difficult, and they lose consistency. Fourth, procrastination is another big challenge. This is when we keep saying, "I will do it tomorrow," or later. We delay our work again and again, and that destroys consistency over time. Finally, many people give up too soon. They expect fast results. But consistency is about small steps over a long time. Without patience, it's easy to quit before seeing progress. The good news is, all these challenges can be managed. Once we understand why we struggle, we can create strategies to stay consistent, even when things are difficult. And that's exactly what we will talk about next. Now that we know the common challenges, let's talk about something very important: your mindset. Your mindset is how you think and feel about yourself and your goals. Having the right mindset can make being consistent much easier. The first key idea is focus on progress, not perfection. Many people stop because they feel they are not doing things perfectly. But consistency is not about being perfect. It's about doing small steps every day. Even small progress counts, and over time, these small steps lead to big results. The second idea is think long-term. Consistency is not about what you do today or tomorrow. It is about building habits over weeks, months, and years. For example, if you practice English just 15 minutes a day for 1 week, it might not feel like much. But if you do it every day for a year, you will see huge improvement. The third idea is believe in yourself. Sometimes we doubt our abilities and think, I cannot do this, or I will fail. But self-belief is very powerful. When you believe you can do something, it becomes easier to keep going, even when it feels hard. And finally, remember, small, consistent actions are better than big, occasional efforts. You don't need to do everything at once. Start with simple steps, like 10 minutes of reading, writing, or exercising every day. These small actions build consistency over time. So, a strong mindset is about patience, self-belief, and focusing on progress, not perfection. If you think this way, staying consistent becomes much easier and more natural. Now, let's talk about some practical strategies you can use to build consistency in your life. These are simple steps, but if you follow them, they can make a big difference. The first strategy is set small, achievable goals. Don't try to do too much at once. For example, if you want to practice English, start with 10 or 15 minutes a day instead of 1 hour. Small goals are easier to stick to, and over time, they grow into bigger results. The second strategy is create a routine and stick to it. A routine is a schedule you follow every day. For example, you can practice English every morning after breakfast, or exercise every evening. When something becomes a habit, it's easier to be consistent because it becomes part of your day. The third strategy is use reminders and tracking tools. You can use your phone, a calendar, or a notebook to track your progress. When you see your small steps adding up, it motivates you to keep going. For example, mark a check on a calendar every day you practice English. It feels good to see progress. The fourth strategy is reward yourself for small wins. Rewards help your brain enjoy the process. For example, after completing a week of daily practice, treat yourself to something small, a favorite snack, a short walk, or a break doing something you enjoy. These rewards make consistency more fun. The fifth strategy is start immediately. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Many people wait for motivation or the right time, but the best time to start is now. Even one small step today is better than waiting for tomorrow. Remember, consistency is about small, repeated actions. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving forward every day. If you follow these strategies, set small goals, make a routine, track your progress, reward yourself, and start now, you will become more consistent in life. Now, let's talk about some daily habits that can help you stay consistent. Habits are small actions we do every day, and they can make consistency much easier. The first habit is start your day with a plan. Take a few minutes every morning to write down what you want to do. For example, if you want to practice English, write down, "Today, I will practice 15 minutes of reading and 10 minutes of speaking." When you have a clear plan, it's easier to follow it. The second habit is focus on one thing at a time. Sometimes we try to do too many things at once, and we end up doing nothing well. Pick one important task each day and do it consistently. Small focus is better than big distractions. The third habit is review your progress every day. At the end of the day, ask yourself, did I do what I planned? Or what small step did I complete today? This habit helps you stay aware and motivated. It also helps you learn from your mistakes. The fourth habit is take care of your body and mind. Sleep well, eat healthy, and take short breaks during work or study. When your body and mind are healthy, it is easier to stay consistent and focused. And the fifth habit is practice gratitude and positivity. Every day, think about one thing you did well. It can be very small, like practicing English for 10 minutes or completing a small task. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated and consistent. If you follow these habits every day, planning, focusing, reviewing, taking care of yourself, and staying positive, you will find it much easier to stay consistent and reach your goals. Now, let's talk about something very important. Setbacks. Setbacks are normal. Everyone faces them. Even people who are very successful sometimes fail or miss a day. The key is not to give up. The first thing to remember is, don't be too hard on yourself. If you miss a day or make a mistake, it does not mean you have failed. Consistency is about getting back on track, not being perfect. The second thing is, remind yourself of your goal. Think about why you started. For example, if your goal is to improve your English, remember that every small practice brings you closer to fluency. Keeping your goal in mind will motivate you to continue. The third thing is, break big problems into small steps. Sometimes a setback feels big, and we feel discouraged. But if we focus on one small step at a time, it becomes easier to move forward. For example, if you skipped practice for 2 days, just start with 10 minutes today. Finally, celebrate small progress. Every small step counts. When you celebrate small wins, you stay motivated and confident. Remember, consistency is built over time, not overnight. So, when setbacks happen, and they will be patient with yourself, focus on your goal, take small steps, and keep moving forward. This is how you stay consistent even when life gets tough. Now, let's quickly summarize what we talked about today. Consistency is one of the most powerful habits you can develop in life. It is about showing up every day, taking small steps, and keeping your promises to yourself. We learned that consistency matters because it helps you achieve your goals, build good habits, and grow over time. Even small efforts, when done regularly, lead to big results. We also talked about common challenges, like lack of motivation, distractions, unrealistic goals, and procrastination. But the good news is, you can overcome these challenges with the right mindset. A strong mindset means focusing on progress, not perfection, thinking long-term, believing in yourself, and taking small, consistent actions every day. We shared practical strategies, set small achievable goals, create a routine, track your progress, reward yourself, and start immediately. And we discussed daily habits that support consistency, planning your day, focusing on one thing, reviewing your progress, taking care of your body and mind, and staying positive. Finally, we talked about dealing with setbacks. Remember, setbacks are normal. Be patient with yourself, focus on your goal, take small steps, and celebrate your progress. So, the key idea is simple. Small, consistent actions every day create big results in life. Consistency is not about perfection. It is about patience, effort, and persistence. Before we finish today, I want to give you a little motivation. Remember, consistency is the secret to achieving anything in life. It's not about doing big things all at once. It's about taking small steps every day and never giving up. So today, I challenge you to take one small step toward your goal. It can be just 10 minutes of practice, one small task, or writing down your plan. Do it today, and do it consistently. If you start now and keep going every day, you will see amazing results over time. Your future self will thank you. Stay consistent, stay patient, and keep moving forward. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Keep learning, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next episode.